Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday encounter and everyday life of an ASB. As you know, I'm chasing it up right now, just changing it back to the Beauty from Ashes channel, just to hopefully bring out some everyday topics that everybody goes through, regardless what it is. Hopefully, this will be encouragement and alignment to you all, just to help someone that you may know of that basically is in need to have listen in on these encouragement or some topics that might hopefully just be of help to someone of yours. And all further ado, as you're fully aware, I've been doing the topic about addiction at the moment, and in that first part of it, basically, I was talking about the definition of what addiction is, pretty much the substances that we were using, the 3 C's, the compulsive use, loss of control, and continued use, those definitions, how someone gets addicted, basically, overview of that is learned or cognitive, kind of classical or operant conditioning, which I define those 2 terms. And then the 2 cycles, the buzz and escape, which I said later in the piece also that I'm hoping to actually bring out some diagrams that will give you a clearer understanding to you all, as well as some maybe references that might be of use to you all. So without further ado, I'm hoping basically to talk about types of addictions and signs of addictions, basically, which obviously most of this will be based on drug addictions. In the other addiction series, I'm going to bring out alcohol versus porn addiction and every other addiction that I learned through Youthline that will hopefully will be of use to teens and adults alike. Hopefully, you know, everyone needs this awareness and understanding of what it is. So here we go. Types of addictions. There are various substances and activities that people can become really addicted to. However, historically, psychologists, physiotherapists, whatever the clinical field term we use, are only considered addictions as a substance abuse, which is harmful for everybody. You know, there'll be harmful side effects to every addiction we have, no matter what, if it's taken, be it some form of drug or just maybe intravenously, or even, like I said before, porn can be addictive, but many people will argue that out, but I'll show you my piece about it later on. However, as more research comes out, obviously, when we do our research, our own homework, it's plain obvious that people become addicted to many activities as well, such as gambling, porn, but more importantly, gaming also has been a problem too for addiction, even though more on that piece later. Substances can be clustered into 3 groups, however, like they are depressants, stimulants, and hallucinogens. Okay, I'll bring out these 3 parts of the types of addictions in the next part over, sort of thing. Anyway, let's go for the signs of addiction. It is important to remember that most research has clinically shown, as well as the information about addiction that is shown to us, is related one way or another to some form of substance that is being taken or some form of activity that we need to actually address and actually know the signs. Obviously, signs and symptoms are important so that we can help out and reach out to that person that is in that cry for help category. But bear in mind, we need to actually tread carefully when we know of someone, because obviously you never know how they're going to react. You know, obviously it's, as someone said to me, it's common sense, Karen. Currently, more research is being done toward non-substance related addictions, be it gaming, be it porn, be it exercise, and whatever else. You know, but there are 3 main types, however, we need to know about of the signs and symptoms people may present with when they have an addiction: physical, psychological, and behavioural. You got to note here though, these explanations for these signs and symptoms may not be related to addiction, however, but it's just good to know when and why it's happening with us, with people, you know, being addicted to whatever activity or, you know, substance use that they're using, you know. Because we need to ask ourselves, you know, the reason behind their addiction, why are they doing it in the first place, you know, what is the problem, how is it a problem for them, how are we going to solve that problem for them, and obviously just basically knowing, you know. It is also important to know these signs or symptoms are different from the norm, however, for the individual. For example, some individuals frequently change their attendance in activities and sports recreation due to their non-addiction related reasons, such as boredom. But okay, as I said, 3 types of those, what do you call them, signs and symptoms? Physical, tolerance. Do they need more of the substance or activity to get the same effect? Kit, as before, or just do they simply just benefit from it? And another question under that is, do they appear to have big tolerance to that substance or activity? Under physical is withdrawal is the next one. This depends on the substance or activity. In terms of psychological signs, common signs for the substance use or abuse dependence will include nausea, vomiting, changes in their sleep or appetite patterns, headaches, sweating, and like the shakes, I'll call them. And this questions to ask ourselves pretty much when we witness it of someone. Do they use the substance or activity to prevent psychological signs such as fatigue or vomiting? And as well as this, activity-based pretty much addictions are really hard to pinpoint the actual cause or effect to why they're doing this in the first place of this addiction. The psychological signs of withdrawal, so pretty much we need to realise that this will come in effect. So number 2 of those signs, as I said, and sometimes we need to look at is behavioural. Drop or decrease in attendance and or participation of important activities such as the following: their schoolwork, extracurricular activities, be it gym work or some sort of thing that they used to enjoy is now taken out the window. Hobbies and interests that takes them like in their world, be it, you know, arts and craft, Minecraft, whatever. But bear in mind, exercise is no form of addiction, you know, even though some people may argue it is, but it's not. Unusual, unexplained need for money or financial issues that they're facing, missing valuable items of some sort, criminal activity, such as stealing, lying to you, and them wanting more money out of you, regardless of their addiction. You know, many people tend to lie to you and just thing. Frequently getting into arguments, be it arguments and physical fights or just fights in general. Sudden changes in relationships such as friends and all favourite hangouts. Even if they have a close relationship or important place for that individual, you know, that can go out the window. Psychological, however, is unexplained change in personality or attitude. Sudden mood swings, they can be angry real quick, you know, 1 minute and laughing at nothing. Depression or withdrawal symptoms, you know, anxiety and or jumpiness. Agitation or hyperactivity sort of thing of certain periods of a time. Lack of motivation sometimes once it comes down to that depression stage. Ability to concentrate or focus. Being lethargic or they zone out. Paranoid without any given reason. Loss of control in terms of activity or that form of substance that they were using for a longer period than intended. Want to quit or cut down on the substance but they aren't able to do so. Many people think that just making excuses. However, you know, when they're trying to say, oh, I want to quit this form of drug that I'm taking, but I can't, you know, they'll just find an excuse or something behind it. But, you know, as I said, we need to know what's going on. They spend a lot of time on the substance or activity, doing it, thinking about it, or just recovering from that effect, what has happened. Continued use despite all the negative consequences that comes with it. In summary, what can you look for? Okay, changes in health or appearance. Changes in memory, attention and concentration, regardless of what they're doing at that moment in time. The attention, as I said, the attention and lifespan in that activity will decrease over time. Changes in personality and emotions. Changes in routine, responsibility and reliability. Changes in relationships. And changes in behaviour at work, school or social recreational activities that they come about. Okay. Basically, that will end this one right now, and I'll be bringing out what you can do to help them, hopefully, as well as all these other bits that I'm missing out right now. So thanks for watching, guys. Give me the thumbs up sort of thing to show your support, and obviously sub if you haven't done so already. If you want more updates of what's going on of my channel sort of thing, of what I'm sharing with you all, because I feel in my heart right now to share with you all what's coming next in this, to hopefully give an awareness and an understanding, and also just to motivate you to help others that you know of that needs to listen to this. Maybe share the link or share my videos to that particular someone, or just find a way to reach out based on my tips and advice that hopefully will work. May not work, but if all else fails, ask for professional help, and maybe they could help you in this part of what I'm sharing with you at the moment of this addiction series. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day, and I'll see you all soon.